Welcome back to Throttle. I'm Mickey, and today I'm going to be your host with our Subaru STI. But before we get started on that, we're going to go ahead and install a wide body kit from Street Hunters on this BRZ. Oh, I mean Supra.
Wow. Hey, Calvin from Throttle here.
Yeah, so anyway, boys and girls, we got a lot of Subaru parts that came in, and as you know, we're giving this car away in just a couple weeks, or less than a couple weeks actually, and it's pretty much done. But there were quite a few things that I wanted to change on the car that were little, but actually I think make a big difference in the overall appearance of the car when you're with the car in person. Let me show you guys what we got. So some of these parts I already introed in a previous video weeks and weeks ago, but there's a lot of new stuff as well. So right out of the gate, we got a pair of suede shift boot and e-brake lever covers. So those will match the headliner that we put in. Those are from Stitch Boots. We did locate a brand new armrest to replace our old Haggard one. We ordered the new center panel from Subaru. This will replace the one that has the scratch on it in our car. As you guys saw previously, we did get a set of new floor mats for the car, which will help a lot. The new badging, those will go on. We also ordered a new cargo cover for the rear. This goes underneath the hatch inside the car to cover up anything in the back that you don't want people to see, such as our OEM Audio Plus system. We also ordered the new Subaru STI center console area that goes around the shifter because ours had a lot of scratches on it right here. So brand new piece, we'll swap over the STI light up badge to there and be on our way. We also ordered new kick panel entry plates. Those on our car are not in bad shape, but they're a little bit scuffed up just from the years and years of people getting in and out. So we want to replace those, and those will also give the car interior a nice fresh feel when you enter it. And last but not least, this is a part we've waited for about 3 months. So what we have here is a pair of RPG rally type mirrors, and these are made in carbon fiber and fiberglass for the car, and we had them put a satin finish on the carbon just like the rest of the car. But man, the carbon work on this are actually really beautiful. There's a nice seam right here, but you can't really even see it, unless you're looking for it. So very happy with the way these turned out, and I think they're gonna add a nice complement to the car. A lot of you guys are wondering why they're square, and the reason they make them like this is so they don't hang out. And when you're doing rallying and stuff like that through the woods or stage rally, you're always like zipping past trees and debris and stuff, so having a shorter mirror that stays closer to the car is beneficial for that purpose. You don't rip the mirrors off. So that's the idea behind these. So I think these are really going to complete the overall look of the STI, and we hope you guys like them. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff installed. Most of the stuff is pretty much just snap in and simple, but we'll show you guys anyway. Okay, well that was pretty easy, so that one is in. We've removed the old one. As you can see, it has definitely seen better days. It has a lot of rips and tears on it, and it's only one place for this to go, and that's on the shelf. It's not being used in our car anymore. So now we'll move on to the center console and get the radio trim and the shifter trim sorted out. Okay, so here's the center trim that goes around the shifter assembly. We've removed the STI logo and replaced it on the new piece. And if you guys can see here, there's a lot of scratches on this thing, a lot of surface scratches. Really not that big a deal for a car that's 12 years old, but I don't like looking at the scratches, so I figured the new owner probably wouldn't either. So I went ahead and replaced that. Now you probably noticed that I removed the shift boot and the boot for the e-brake as well. That's because we're gonna be putting these stitch boots in. I'm gonna skip that step for a moment though and continue on with the other simple installs, and then I'm gonna jump on those and the mirrors probably last. But we're gonna move on to the cargo cover and the side steps. All right, now this is one of the things that I've been wanting to put in for a while. This is one of the parts that the car did not come with when we bought it. So we went ahead and purchased it from the dealership, and it is the cargo cover for the trunk. And essentially it just clips in. So there's these little plastic provisions right here on each side. So this is one of those things that makes me really happy. I love seeing these installed and functional. I know they're kind of a pain in the butt sometimes when you want to put the seats down or whatever and this thing's in its way, but it's really easy to take out and just toss in there if you do want to put the seats down. But it covers up our OEM Audio Plus system from the outside world. Pretty nice piece, and having a brand new one is awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and install our shift boots for the e-brake, as well as the gear selector here. And I went ahead and just put a little piece of this green protective film down on the table just to have a nice clean working surface. If you guys are interested in this, this is actually to be to put on like fenders and stuff, so when you're working on cars, you don't scratch them up. So it's a really low tack type film. I purchased this through Metra products at metraonline.com. And so for this boot, it comes with an elastic band around the bottom, and this one does not. The other difference is this one is a two-piece boot that has 2 stitches on it. The backside doesn't have any stitching. This one has 4 seams. So I'm gonna try to line up the seams with each corner of this plastic ring and slit some little holes in this guy so that it can latch onto the feet of these little connectors here. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. out this mirror install, and just so happens that the boys from Premium Auto Styling, who you guys are all aware of because we use their products in a lot of our builds, actually showed up here because TJ and Calvin are installing one of their Street Hunter body kits onto Daniel's Mark V Supra. So he dropped in just to say what's up and see how his car's coming along, and I put him to work.
I was gonna say, you put me to work right away. What up, dude?
What's up, man? So Evan put them on quickly before a photo shoot, and we ended up having a couple flaws in one of the harder to do areas. And this is like one of your bread and butter products. So
it's like a product that we've been pushing for the past, I don't know, 6 years. You know, this tail light being clear kind of sucks.
yeah,
So
they're a little awkward looking.
But you guys killed it. I mean, on the install, it wasn't bad at all. This is kind of everybody's troubled area, and you guys kind of have the same spot, so it's just a little bit of like wrinkles there.
Yep.
So really what I'm doing over here is I'm just more so relaxing the film. If you see right now, there's no stretch here at all.
Yep.
So I'm just kind of setting the material in place and using heat to suck it into that area. So in our video over here, we're gonna be like a little more thorough with the install, so you guys can see
Yeah, and also I saw you guys did an install video, like a how-to many years ago when you first launched these, which was probably like what, 08, 09,
So
maybe
long
10?
ago. Yeah.
A decade ago. So I actually watched that video after Evan installed these and was like, oh yeah, I got that, no problem. So if you guys are gonna do this, you don't have a Daniel from Premium at your disposal like we do, watch the video and check out their new video as well they're gonna be putting up, because they are filming this process. I did also use their third brake light tint, and I did this one, and this is how it's supposed to look.
I think that came out.
Shout out to Premium Auto Styling. If you guys have any needs for vinyls or trim bits for your cars, they have all kinds of pre-made stuff on the shelf. Also installation kits like knives and squeegees and all the little bits and stuff that you can use to make the job a lot simpler and the proper way to do things. So check them out. You can click the link in the description down below.
A little later.
All right, well, quick update on the taillights. Looks like Daniel's making quick work of this. It looks awesome. Just a good pro install. And I finished up knocking out the driver's side mirror, which turned out looking pretty cool. I'm really happy with them. What's nice is they stay inside the fender. You know, it would be inside the stock fender even, which is why they do that, so that when you're on stage rally, you're not hitting tree branches and stuff like that. So if we look from the front of the car, you guys will see that there's a pretty big difference in mirror length. This one sticks out quite a bit, and this one is well within the wide fender flare, and it's also well within the stock fender flare, which would have stuck out to where the line is here. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the passenger side now. All right, so a quick little recap. I got the one mirror mounted here. One thing I didn't show in the video was that the tweeters actually clip into this rectangular hole right here, and the back of our mirrors, because they're for a race car, don't have that because race cars don't have speakers. So I had to go ahead and drill that out and file it down. So now we can fit our tweeter back in as we have on that side to keep the OEM fit and feel. And meanwhile, I can hear that Daniel has finished up back here. I can see him cleaning up. That looks fantastic again. Better than before. Nice job, dog.
Thanks, dude.
Love it. All right, well, that's a wrap on the installs for today, guys. And this is actually our final installs until we toss on the emblems and the carpets, which we're gonna save for very last. These mirrors, I absolutely love them. I think they look really cool on here. However, we are gonna include the factory mirrors with the car when we give it away, so that if you wanna add your power mirrors back and you wanna have the functionality of the turn signal on the factory mirrors, you can put those back on, plug them in, and they'll work right out of the box. So it's nice to have both. I think if I owned this car, I would have both in a box in the garage, and I could switch them out whenever I felt like it. But I'm gonna go ahead and cap it off here, guys, today. I hope that you enjoyed these quick little installs that we did today. It really did transform this car into a finished product, which is awesome. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't already signed up to win this car, head over to www.throtl.com, get signed up, sign up for VIP, buy some merchandise, get those car parts you've been wanting during this lockdown, and get entered to win. Every dollar you spend is an entry to win this bad boy in just a week's time. We hope you guys are entered, and we wish you best of luck in winning the car. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out, and subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks, guys.